structures. And during the period of the engagement with our structures, it really emerged an opportunity, emerged where our structures said, guys, please, we cannot really let the residents of these three metros down because of our own personal beliefs and values. I think we all entered politics to save society. The city of Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni, very unstable. As ActionSA, we deserve to really get a speaker in Tshwane, and our partners was not really helping us in this regard. So we then took a decision that we will enter when ANC contacted us after obviously getting responses and reactions from our partner, our structures, to engage the ANC. And in our proposal to the ANC, we said we are happy to engage. We've listened to our people. We live in a new world, and we don't want to really be the one. I don't want one day to say to my grandchildren, when the city of Johannesburg has collapsed, that I was responsible. I kept my own personal beliefs or values, put it as a priority. So we then obviously called the Senate meeting over the weekend, where I gave them the proposal, which I gave to the ANC. Because when I met with the ANC, first I sent to Michael and Funzi to engage them, and I then decided to take over the negotiations. Called them to my house. I said, guys, I'm not here to play. I've listened to our people, our structures. I'm very fully aware of the state of these metros, that they're not what South Africans would want them to really be. And ActionSA, with our numbers, we're the only party that can actually serve the position. Then obviously gave them our proposal. We agreed now with the ANC, and I'm pleased with this arrangement that we accepted in good faith, that we'll start with the city of Johannesburg with immediate effect. And we allow ANC and the current structures to run the executive. ActionSA don't want anything to do with the executive. ActionSA to take over the legislature, with some of the committees to be allocated to them to accommodate their current partners. Because obviously they've got a broad church of other smaller parties. We said, for us it's not about position. We are happy to really give you some of the positions so that you can accommodate some of the smaller parties who were there with you since 2021. But we'll take the key ones in this arrangement. Key one, for an example, the speaker position. So ActionSA is going to take over the speaker, and the ANC and their partners can take the executive, which you can imagine it now gives us an opportunity as an effective, constructive opposition with the real powers to hold the ANC accountable. And as Michael has already indicated, we wanted the removal of the current mayor. There's just no way we can honestly, in a good state, said to our residents that we are happy with the current mayor. So we said to the ANC, you guys, you headed this mayor to play a role that this job is way beyond him. So please, the only way we are prepared to really support you, we need the removal of this mayor. As Michael has also indicated, including our caucus leader, we want the withdrawal of this 200 rands electricity charge by City Power. Completely unfair. There's money that City Power can collect from illegal connections and so forth. Go aggressive. Why then punish law-abiding citizens? So we said this must obviously be withdrawn. We also made it clear to them, and I think I'm really pleased that the Premier is fully behind this, because the previous mayor, when I was Premier, when I was the mayor, never gave the support to the inner city rejuvenation plan for provision of affordable housing for South Africans. So we are going to embark on a massive program for the inner city rejuvenation, where we reignite this program so that over 300,000 housing backlog, because imagine when I took over in 2016, we're sitting at 300,000. I don't know what the number is, but without any doubt, must be much worse. So the only way we're going to address this, we are not going to wait for national government to provide housing, RDP housing. We want our people to live in the city, close to where they work. And we will ensure that we protect them. We are unapologetically going to declare war against criminality in the city, including illegal immigration. Now, working with the province, with South African police services, with JNPD, you are going to see the acceleration of dealing with illegal immigration. Those who are in our country illegally, those who are in our country committing crime, we are going to deal with them. Whether you're South African or a foreign national, we are going to deal with you. We are going to expedite the question of the management of illegal trade in our city. We cannot accept that the businesses in our communities are run by people who, in the first place, we don't know who they are, how they came into this country, how they brought money into this country. Did this money come through mattresses or sofas, and they send them through mattresses and sofas? That is going to come to an end. We have to commit in ensuring that we respect the bylaws of this country. Everyone running business in this country must be registered with the South African Revenue Services. So we're going to have special units with JMPD working with South African Police Services to ensure that the bylaws of this country are protected. Businesses cannot run by people who are in our country illegally. So we want the businesses in our communities to run by our own people, because they will pay taxes, they will employ our people. And I think the Premier has given us a commitment in that regard. Importantly, something that Michael raised, we are not a part of this they call it the government of national unity, or whatever they call it. We're not part of that. We will vote and support the ANC on an executive level, on an issue-by-issue basis. And the reason why it's important not to really have an agreement, once bitten, twice shy. You remember, is it October last year, when some of the parties who are in government today got us to sign agreements in front of you, the nation, and the world. But when they were in breach of those agreements, they didn't give a damn. So that says to us, you sign an agreement with political parties in this country, they don't mean anything. They're not worth the paper it's written on. So it must be about our values, what we stand for. So we said to the Premier and the Gauteng team and the ANC to say, we are not interested in having a formal agreement. You can take our word that we will support you as long as you accept that we will hold you accountable. You do something stupid, you must understand there will be consequences. But at the same time, this is not just a one-way stream. Because as a ActionSA, we are not saying we are perfect. We're human beings. The people we are going to deploy in these positions, in the event they do anything stupid, please hold us accountable as well. So we don't need to really have an agreement. We will vote with you and support you on an issue-by-issue basis. As I indicated to you, that we've taken a decision to start with Johannesburg, put it, seal it, and to make it run. And within the next 2 weeks or so, we will then, ANC right now busy with their discussions on Ekurhuleni And hopefully, based on the negotiations with Ekurhuleni, it will follow the same principle as Michael and I have already outlined. And as when it relates to the city of Tshwane, the city of Tshwane, as you are aware, ActionSA is supposed to have had a speaker, but our coalition partner let us down, sabotaged the voting process, where the votes were declared null and void by the IEC. We ended up with the one party holding that position. We tried through the courts. We've been waiting now, 18 months or so? And our partner is happy with this arrangement. So we then said to the ANC, you've got to remove that speaker. You've got to remove that speaker so that ActionSA can take over that speaker so that we can hold you accountable, because there are issues in Tshwane that we cannot really hide. And we are not going to hide as